newly crowned Mexican heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz Jr. gives his take on the anticipated heavyweight showdown between undefeated WBC American heavyweight champion Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Here's what Andy Ruiz had to say. Stay tuned, coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
Wilder and Joshua. I want to see the fight happen. Of course, everybody does, and I think Wilder will fuck him up. Yeah. A bomb squad will fuck him up.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, newly crowned, unified Mexican heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz Jr. gives his take on if and when Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder should face off against former unified British heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. Here's what Andy Ruiz had to say. Andy Ruiz said that he believes that Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder will win that fight. He said he will win that fight easily and he will F him up, is what Andy Ruiz had to say, right? The thing about this whole scenario is, this whole situation is that, has this fight lost luster, seeing as though Andy Ruiz Jr. stopped Anthony Joshua, dropped him 4 times and stopped him in the 7th round, right? Has this fight lost its luster? Does it still have the same oomph on it, right? I don't believe it does. I believe it definitely took a hit due to the fact that Anthony Joshua is no longer undefeated. Anthony Joshua was dropped 4 times and then stopped by Andy Ruiz Jr. So I think the fight definitely took a step back. People still want to see the fight because of the storyline. So people still want to see how they match up with one another, that being Wilder and Joshua. With that said, styles make fights and everybody's different. Andy Ruiz is not Deontay Wilder, so styles make fights, right? It only takes one punch from Deontay Wilder and the fight is over. Everybody wanted to see this fight. This was the most anticipated heavyweight fight since Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson, and before that, Ali Frazier, right? This was a highly anticipated fight, and that kind of went down by the wayside, seeing as though Andy Ruiz Jr. took a loss. But like Deontay Wilder said, a loss in the sport of boxing is not as bad as people make it out to be. Floyd Mayweather put so much emphasis on the O that became so important to these boxers today's time. Everybody's not Floyd Mayweather. Like Eddie Hearn stated yesterday, Eddie Hearn stated that he believes that Anthony Joshua is happy. Anthony Joshua was relieved due to the fact that he lost the fight with Andy Ruiz. He's happy he lost the fight because the pressure is off. The weight is lifted off his shoulder, right? And so everybody's not built to have that pressure on them like Floyd Mayweather carried that pressure. He carried that torch for quite some time. Everybody's not built for that, right? So with that said, a loss is not the worst thing in the world. But Anthony Joshua is going into a rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr. this upcoming November, December, right? I think that styles make fights, and I think it's a bad stylistic matchup for Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, that is, right? So if Anthony Joshua is to lose a second time to Andy Ruiz back to back, and if he's to get stopped again, the fight is totally lost its luster, right? At that point in time, the only way to rectify that fight is if Anthony Joshua is successful against Andy Ruiz. Ironically enough, Andy Ruiz is the one saying that he believes that Deontay Wilder will F up Anthony Joshua, right? But if he doesn't get past Andy Ruiz, that fight is null and void, right? The fight everybody's going to be talking about is Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder. As Andy Ruiz stated, should he get past Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua the second time, it's full steam ahead in the direction of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder because he wants that last strap. So that's going to be the anticipated heavyweight showdown, especially seeing as though by the time this fight does come to fruition, should Deontay Wilder face either Andy Ruiz or Anthony Joshua, he would have disposed of Tyson Fury should that be the case, right? Because for this fight, for Deontay Wilder versus either of these guys to be a big lucrative fight, Deontay Wilder's going to have to get past Luis King Kong Ortiz this September, October, and then he's going to have to get past Tyson Fury. So to do so, Deontay Wilder would have to have disposed of Tyson Fury, which is the other big lucrative fight in the heavyweight division. So if he already does that, then that means the winner of this fight, Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, that is, will be the next big thing for Deontay Wilder and the next biggest thing in the heavyweight division. So A lot has to take place to get to this point. But I do agree with Andy Ruiz Jr. I thought before Andy Ruiz Jr. beat Anthony Joshua, I thought Deontay Wilder was a bad stylistic matchup for Anthony Joshua due to the fact that Anthony Joshua lacks head movement and stamina. That's the two biggest no-nos you can have going into a fight with Deontay Wilder, as Deontay Wilder is the most athletic heavyweight and probably hits the hardest in all the boxers in heavyweight history, right? So with that said, I always thought that Anthony Joshua would lose to Deontay Wilder. I thought it was a bad stylistic matchup for him. You know, styles make fights. That's evident, right? So let's see how this plays out, you know, but I always thought and felt like Andy Ruiz Jr. was absolutely correct. I thought that Deontay Wilder would dispose of Anthony Joshua as well. But drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all haven't hit that like button, hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. Andy Ruiz Jr. says if Deontay Wilder ever should meet up with Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder will F up Anthony Joshua. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.